Hey everybody, and welcome to this special on the new moon in Cancer that happens on the 17th of July at 7:32 GMT time. All times are in GMT. So as we know, the new moon marks the beginning of the new lunar cycle. Because it's in Cancer, this means that this focus of this new moon should be on emotional growth and self-reflection, introspection. It can be for some of you like a cosmic reset button, getting you in a state of taking up your emotions and also bringing a wave of fresh energy that can heal you or give you new solutions to your problems and just make you become less logical if that's the way you've been feeling or the way that you are. At the time of this new moon, the moon and the sun are going to be in the first degree of Cancer, which I'll talk about later, exactly what that means. So ultimately, because the new moon happens in the first degree of Cancer, it's like a signal from the universe calling for sort of like radical change of the things that we commit ourselves or the people we commit ourselves to, wanting us to let go of old patterns and embrace something new and exciting. So grab your compass, set forward towards a brighter future, because ultimately, if you want it, this new moon is giving you a chance to leave the past behind, and it's not going to be like a magic wand like, oh, my life is all better now, but just making a slow and steady daily steps to change your life. Cancer energy is all about nurturing and connecting with your deepest emotions, so this can be good emotions such as, well, I don't like to say emotions are good or bad, like, but joy and happiness, or even fear and regrets and bitterness and unforgiveness and stuff. So ultimately, it's time to dive into depths of your feelings and let this lunar phase wash over you like a gentle summer's rain. It's a good time to set intentions, make some emotional magic happen, and embrace the healing power of the stars and the moon in general. So, get your tissues and your crystal ready, because this new moon in Cancer is all about the feelings. So yeah, as I said, Cancer is a water sign known for its emotional depth and sensitivity, and also connecting to home and family and legacies, and also it manages land as well, also conditions at the end of your life, and also the things you inherited from your family. So this can be money and coarse material things, but it can also be psychological and emotional conditions, or religions and philosophy, outlooks and lives, of things that were given to you through your childhood and stuff like that. So if you're looking to do some emotional healing, nurture yourself and your loved ones right now, also set intentions related to bringing more emotional security in your life, more self-care, and building a strong foundation for future. So this could mean, lifestyle changes, which can be hard to do, but it's still not impossible. We have to always try and keep on the positive side. Also, this new moon is an opportunity to focus on the spiritual aspects of your home and family life, including developing a deeper connection, as I said, to your ancestral roots and spiritual traditions. So as we grow up into adults, sometimes because sometimes we're forced into these beliefs, we're like, oh, the whole belief system is crap. But ultimately, sometimes we throw the baby out with the bathwater, which means that, we throw out everything as bad, but there is, I believe that there's good in everything, really, in everyone. So some of you may return back to your old beliefs and find solace there, and make a newfound sort of understanding and connection to beliefs and traditions that you may have had growing up. So yeah, as the moon moves through Cancer, you're encouraged to connect with your intuition, honour your emotions, and sort of like cultivate a sense of inner security in a healthy and non-toxic sort of like way. So from a practical standpoint, the new moon in Cancer is an ideal time to assess your emotional needs and take action to meet them. Spiritually, the new moon in Cancer invites us to tap into the divine feminine energy and to connect deeper with our feelings, our intuition. So it makes it a powerful time for things like meditation, mindfulness, dream work, which is like noting your dreams, writing them down, even your nightmares too, and developing a deeper sense of self-awareness, as well as impacting our emotions and relationships. The new moon in Cancer can also impact our financial matters because it's connected with the home, and the home is connected to work and stuff. So because Cancer energy is also connected with nurturing, protection and growth, it makes it a great time to start a new project or continue old ones, start a new romance if you're in that space too, or even if it's a new sort of connection, relationship with your own self if you are single. It's also a good time to strengthen existing bonds with other people such as your loved ones and stuff. Because Cancer is a water sign, emotions can run high during this time. So on the negative end of this energy, it can trigger mood swings, insecurities and clinginess. Some people may feel overwhelmed by their emotions right now, struggling to cope with stress. This transit can also bring up unresolved issues from the past, particularly related to childhood or family dynamics. It's important to be mindful of your boundaries right now and to avoid becoming too dependent on others during this time as well. Additionally, the new moon in Cancer is not a good time for making major financial decisions or investments, as there may be a tendency to make impulsive choices based on emotions rather than practicality. During the new moon in Cancer, it's good to practice on self-care and love and forgiveness, nurturing yourself and others, creating a peaceful, comforting environment in your home, and seeking support from loved ones if needed. And it's also advisable to engage in activities that promote emotional healing and release, such as burning incense, some sage, journaling, maybe attending therapy or just self-help sort of thing, and meditations and stuff like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to talk a bit more about the spiritual significance of the moon being in Cancer when it's going into its new moon phase. So as I said, Cancer represents our innermost feelings, subconscious mind, our intuition. So from a spiritual perspective, Cancer is often associated with themes of motherhood or feminine energy, family and home, and is known as one of the most intuitive and psychic kind of signs of the zodiac, along with of course the other water signs, which Scorpio and Pisces. So it's a time to create a sense of safety and security in your home, as well as connect with your emotions and to nurture yourself and others as well, healing any psychological, emotional and spiritual wounds that you have that are related to childhood and family dynamics and lack of love, especially lack of self-love. Esoterically, as I said, Cancer energy is connected to cycle of birth, growth, death and rebirth, and divine feminine energy as well. So those who work with the energies of the moon cycles may choose to perform rituals, meditations and other spiritual practices during this time to harness the power of the new moon in Cancer and align themselves with the energies of the Cancer archetype, which is intuition, feelings, family, love, self-care, nurturing, and taking this opportunity to connect with your intuition and delve go deep into your subconscious mind to heal past wounds and release limiting beliefs as well. By embracing these energies and working with the powerful cosmic currents of the new moon, we can manifest our deepest desires and create a life that is aligned with our highest purpose. And now I'm just going to talk about the aspects that are impacting this new moon in Cancer and the direction they're trying to take us on. So the first aspect is the moon and sun are both making a quintile with Jupiter. So the key theme of this energy is positive expansion of your energy, whether it be physical, spiritual, emotional and psychological. Jupiter is known as the planet of growth of abundance in astrology, and when it's in the quintile aspect with the new moon, it signifies a time of good luck and opportunities for growth, especially in areas related to creativity, education and spirituality. So it's a good time and a good energy to use to take risks and try something new that aligns with your higher purpose. Quintile energy typically flows easily, so it's a good time to take advantage of this positive energy and take the actions needed and the planning needed to manifest your dreams. So although this aspect is a 1 degree orb and it's separating, meaning that it's the end of its influence, it's still affecting the new moon period. Also, the moon and the sun are making a sextile to Uranus, so Uranus energy is all about sudden changes. This energy is separating as well at 2.35 orb, so it has a slight influence on this sort of like new moon. So when Uranus is in the midst, as I said, it means sudden changes are ahead, and because this sextile energy is in the midst, this means that these changes could be positive and innovative and require us to think outside the box and be open to new ideas. So if you're stuck in a rut and you've just been banging your head against the wall, going around not finding a solution to your problems, this energy can help you do that right now. But it may also bring a more desire for freedom and independence, especially in our personal lives. So some of us may want to end things or reconfigure, rejig the terms of our relationships as well. It's important to stay adaptable and flexible during this time, as things may not go as you have planned, but ultimately can lead to positive developments. The moon and the sun also make a trine to Neptune right now, so this influences strong intuition and creativity. The aspect of the moon and the sun trine aspect, which is applying at 2.4 degrees, so has a significant impact on this new moon in Cancer, amplifies our creativity and our connection with our intuition, and also creates a harmonious energy that activates our imagination and can help us manifest our dreams into reality. This aspect can also increase our psychic abilities and increase sensitivity, especially towards the spiritual world, and also allow us to focus on our creative projects. And some of us may find ourselves more drawn to like artistic projects or spiritual practices right now. So it's a good time to explore your intuitive nature and trust your instincts, as long as the ground is sort of in some form of reality, or that say if you want to manifest some money in your life, it's not going to drop out the sky. You're going to have to take some practical action to bring this money into manifestations. Also, emotions can be heightened at this time, so some of you may experience vivid dreams or visions that give you insight into your life purpose. Ultimately, the sun and moon's trine to Neptune gives us and supports inspiration, imagination and creativity that we can use for our personal growth, development and healing. Also, at the time of the new moon, the sun and the moon are making an opposition to Pluto, so this brings in power struggles but also aids transformation, and this aspect's applying at a 4.17 degree orb, so it's really important. So in astrology, Pluto represents the concept of death, rebirth, and also, as I said earlier, the esoteric meaning of the Cancer moon also relates to that. So when it's in opposition to the moon and sun, it can indicate a time of letting go of old belief patterns and to make way for new beginnings. This aspect can also bring about intense emotions and confrontations with ourselves and others, as Pluto is also associated with control and manipulation. So it's important to be aware of the power dynamics and work towards finding balance, because as I said, the moon in Cancer brings mood swings in a way. So we have to try with this Pluto energy also applying that pressure to be extra careful and do our best to bring balance and harmony into our relationships at this time. Also, this aspect of the moon and sun in opposition to Pluto tells us that with effort we can use this potent energy to aid our inner growth if we choose that path. The moon and sun are also making a square to Chiron. Chiron in astrology is associated with the wounded healer archetype and represents our past traumas, unhealed emotional pain and physical sort of like health issues, what we may be having, but also psychological and emotional ones as well. So because it's in the square with the moon and sun right now, it means that we may struggle to achieve balance in our emotions and our spiritual identity and psychological identity needs right now. So adding to the pressure of the moon and sun opposed Pluto, making it increasingly a good chance that we will give into the mood swings that Cancer brings anyway, and we may be triggered by external words or actions, and this can make us explode and cause conflict in our relationships. But on the positive end, these feelings of vulnerability and insecurity can help us be aware of the things we still need to heal. Also, it can bring a tendency for us to dwell on past hurts as well, which can also we're talking about something else with someone someone, and then we bring up past things, and this can also add to the tension, and another person can be like, I thought you forgive me and you really haven't. So just dealing and working with that sort of energy, and knowing that although it can be painful right now, that if it is anything that's being brought up right now, it's with the intention to help you heal for it and to transform it. And if you approach whatever happens now with self-awareness and compassion, seeking out, help if need be from trusted friends or professionals, and engage in, self-care activities and practice mindfulness and self-reflection during this time, then, you can resolve anything that comes up, even though it may seem like whatever comes up now is unresolvable. There are also some ongoing aspects that are also influencing this new moon. So Mars in opposition to Saturn, which is at a +2 degree orb, and then we've got Mercury making a square to Jupiter, which is separating, and Mercury making a sextiquare to Neptune, which is applying as well, and then Venus making a quinquatch to Neptune, Pluto as well, so Venus is doing a lot. Then we've got Mars making a sextiquare to Chiron, which is applying, and Saturn also making a semi-square to Chiron, which is also applying. So the Mars opposition to Saturn creates and adds to the tension, bringing a conflict between our desires and needs and our responsibilities at this time, and this can lead to frustration and delays in our plans and goals. But positively, it can provide the opportunity for us to rethink our priorities and make the necessary adjustments to achieve our long-term goals and objectives, and also, heal our relationships, because any problems that come up right now can just, although scary as I said and maybe an inconvenience, it's ultimately pushing us to try and resolve them, or to start towards resolving them. Mercury square to Jupiter can make us more optimistic and overconfident. This can lead to us to overpromise what we can do and underestimate the effort required to accomplish our goals. So as I said, with the Neptune influence earlier, it's very important to make sure you make a plan and just realise that normally we need to take practical action and hard work to get what we desire in life. So it's important to approach anything new, like relationships, projects, with a realistic and practical perspective right now. Mercury is also making a semi-square to Neptune. So as I said, it's adding to that confusion and misunderstandings in communication. So it's a reminder that we need to be clear and direct with our words right now to avoid misunderstandings. Also, this aspect increases and helps us with our intuition and creativity, allowing us to find innovative solutions to our problems and to tap into our imagination. The quinquatch with Venus and Neptune also adds to the confusion and uncertainty, and also can cause disillusionment in the matters of love and relationships as well, because this aspect can add to the unrealistic expectations created by the other Neptune aspects right now, and the Cancer moon in general. So watch out for idealizing partners and having too high expectations, because it can make it challenging to form genuine connections. Venus's quinquatch to Pluto also adds to these manipulative behaviours and the tension in relationships that I was talking about earlier, but also supports transformations and provides the energy for us to confront and understand our inner demons and those of others as well, and help heal their wounds and also heal our own emotional wounds. The sextil square between Mars and Chiron that happens gives us the power to assert ourselves and express our needs as well, but also can make us people please and avoid confrontation and prioritise other people's needs over our own. So we just need to watch out for that as well, because this can lead to feelings of frustration and resentment. So support others and meet their needs, but make sure you take care of yourself as well and find a balance between helping others and caring for yourself. Saturn's semi-square to Chiron also can add to this dissatisfaction in relationships, and also a perceived lack of progress in your personal healing, growth, or any projects as well. But ultimately, this energy provides us with a chance to develop resilience, perseverance, and a deeper understanding of our limitations and boundaries. So now I'm just going to talk a bit more about the Sabian degree. As I said earlier in the intro, the moon and the sun are in the first degree of Cancer at the time of this new moon, and the Sabian symbols in astrology There are 360 of them, and each of them are associated with every degree of the zodiac, and each sign has 30 degrees as well. And these symbols carry a unique meaning and provide extra deep spiritual and esoteric insight into the energies that are in play at any sort of celestial event like transits and new moons and stuff like that. So the tagline for the new moon in Cancer, the first degree, is a sailor ready to put up, hoist a new flag to replace the old one. So this symbol is associated with radical change and letting go of the old for the new to a point of no return. So some of you can just be burning down all your bridges. Just be careful and think about it before you do, to start something new and embrace change and let go of your old patterns of thinking, behaviour, relating to others as well, and move towards a new direction on an esoteric, astrological and spiritual and physical level. It is a calling for us to let go of our old values, beliefs and traditions, especially if they're holding us back, or like I said earlier, revisit the traditions that we were brought up with that we may now have come to hate because we had negative experiences. But as I said, there's always good in the bad. In terms of the human body, the first degree of Cancer influences the sixth rib of our body, and the sixth rib is located where our heart chakra resides, and the heart chakra is associated with love, compassion and emotional balance. So, giving us the extra nudge, telling us to embrace love, especially self-love, and open up ourselves to new ideas, perspective, ideologies and ways of being in the world. And the symbolic act of putting up a new flag represents an external manifestation of an internal shift, so taking practical action towards bringing the life we want into reality. And some of you may decide to change your career, your relationships, or even in a collective level there may be some change in our societal norms, what we see as normal in our collective as well. Any changes that we make right now is trying to shift us towards a more inclusive and equitable society, and a way of being with ourselves and other people, and loving ourselves, and dismantling any outdated systems and beliefs that we may have on the collective or personal level as well. So, as mentioned, the symbolism of replacing the old flag with a new one signifies the willingness to let go of outdated beliefs and values and embrace new ideas and opportunities. Just as a sailor puts up a new flag as an act of surrender, it's time for us to surrender to new banners of transformation and beliefs, releasing any attachments to anything that no longer serves you for the highest good. So ultimately, on the deeper level, this symbol calls for us to explore our innermost selves and question the beliefs that have shaped our lives so far, realising for some of you how your beliefs may imprison you and prevented you from reaching your full potential. It's a call to break free from the chains of old patterns and step into a new realm of possibilities. And as we raise our new flags of transformation, we're reminded that change can be empowering and liberating. It's an invitation to set the layers of limited thinking and embrace the expansiveness of our true selves. Just as the sixth rib represents the physical manifestation of this theme, it symbolises the tangible expression of our inner transformation. So in this journey towards embracing love and compassion, we can open ourselves up to new ways of being and new beginnings with enthusiasm and determination. And we have to remember that this radical change of allegiance, so we may give up on living up to other people's, society's expectations. Remember that it's not just a symbolic act but also a physical one, so you have to take practical action towards creating this new direction. And the sabring degree of the first degree of Cancer urges us to embrace change and take bold new steps towards a new future. And the energies of this new moon in Cancer can support us in making the necessary changes to create a more harmonious and balanced life, and step out of our comfort zones and take a leap of faith towards growth and transformation. So yeah, to start wrapping this up, the new moon in Cancer is all about setting intentions and focus on emotional healing and self-care, allowing ourselves to let go of past wounds and embrace a renewed sense of well-being by, nurturing ourselves and cultivating, developing loving relationships with ourselves and others as well, and being direct with our intentions with ourselves and others. This is the time to nourish the bonds that bring us joy and fulfillment, while also setting boundaries and releasing toxic connections that no longer serve our growth. In terms of the aspects, the moon and the sun quintile Jupiter creates a sense of positive and abundance, while the moon and sun sextile Uranus brings a burst of excitement and change. The moon and sun trine to Neptune increases our intuition and emotional depth, but the moon and sun in opposition to Pluto can create tension as well as transformation. And finally, the moon and sun that are in square to Chiron can bring up old wounds, but these wounds that bring up anything that happens that makes us upset, especially on the psychological, emotional, and spiritual levels right now, happen so they can trigger us to heal the things that still need healing. And the symbology, the imagery of the sailor putting up a new flag to replace the old one, wants us to radically change our lives and let go of patterns and embrace new ways of thinking and being. And the imagery of the sixth rib and its relation to the heart chakra reminds us of the importance of inner resilience and the ability to withstand challenges that come. Overall, this new moon in Cancer gives us a chance to grow and to embrace our emotions and feelings, and to spend time with our friends and family or with ourselves, healing ourselves, loving ourselves and nurturing ourselves as well. So yeah, that's the analysis of the new moon in Cancer that happens on the 17th of July at 7:32 p.m. GMT, but obviously new moon phases last for about 2 weeks. And if you want to know more about rituals and stuff to do during the new moon in general, then check out the playlist for that. So yeah, take care and see you soon.